guys, welcome to April's Lifestyle and Cooking Show. Tonight we are making zucchini pickles. We are making half sour zucchini pickles. My garden is in full swing, and sometimes zucchini, you kind of run out of options if you're not, you know, a big girl that went to cooking school, which I'm not. So, and I can only make so much zucchini bread. So I have some pretty big zucchinis that kind of got away from me in the garden, and I'm going to get to work and show you really easy how quick these are to make, and they taste like something you would get from a Jewish deli. Or I used to go to Florida with my mom on Collins Avenue, and they had the best pickles in some of these restaurants. And then in Minneapolis there was a place called the Lincoln Dell. Some of you might remember it, but you'd sit down and there would be these buckets filled with pickles, and you could just eat the pickles for free. So, okay guys, so basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these onions super thin. I'm going to slice the zucchini super thin, and I use one of these little magic things. I'm using some jalapenos because they are going to be hot with a little spice. I have some dill from the garden. I'm going to use some garlic, whole mustard seed, some whole pepper, a fourth a cup of pickling salt, so your pickling salt. And look at this, isn't this beautiful? Ooh, this is a horseradish leaf. I will cut about that much of that horseradish leaf, and I'm going to put it on the bottom here. So let's get going. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our brine going. So I'm going to do this, it's going to be a gallon of water, so it's going to be 4 of these, and then to a fourth a cup of salt. Now once you make these for the first time, you're going to kind of get an idea of your taste buds. A lot of people's recipes could be a gallon of water to half a cup of salt. There's different recipes out there, so I like mine really salty, but this batch I'm going to make a little less salty. My kids don't like them as salty, so I have 3 in here already, so I'm going to do 1 more, and then I'm going to add the salt. I'm just going to stir this up, and we're going to let it dissolve. So I'm just going to move this over here. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start slicing our vegetables. I'll start with the zucchini. Alright, so we're going to get the zucchini cut up. I'm just going to take the tops off, the top and the back off. And then I'm going to And then next up is the onions. Just gonna move them. And now we're just going to cut up our jalapeno. So I'm just going to be cutting these just in your basic round. So this is going to float on the top. And now I'm going to just cut a little bit of my dill up. I like to put the whole, you know, the stalk in there too, I guess. Get that in there. Looks good. Oh, it smells so good. Alright, so now we are on the home stretch. I got the onions all sliced up. I have my zucchini sliced super thin. I have my jalapeno sliced up and my dill. So, we're going to take this. If you have any, you can buy these pickle jars. Ooh. You can buy these pickle jars at your grocery store in the industrial section, and they're usually really cheap. So I am going to take my horseradish, and I'm just going to cut it like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to place this on the bottom, and then I'm going to place it on the top. Okay, so we got them in. We are going to layer the onion in. So just add your onion. I'm going to add some zucchini. And I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic. Teaspoon. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of the whole mustard seed. Generous with those. Okay. Then I'm going to add some jalapeno. And then I'm going to add my dill. And then I'm going to add some more zucchini on top. I'm going to press that down. So basically what these are going to do, these are going to sit for about 5 days in a cool, sort of dark place. You're not gonna put a cap on these, and I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about as soon as we get there. So, all right, that looks good. I'm going to cut a little bit more of this off. And I'm going to have this on the top, so it's going to keep any like little flies or fruit flies. Going to kind of protect that stuff. Okay, so we got it ready, and here is the mixture. All right, so I have my mixture all made. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up. And I'm just going to give it one more stir. So again, this was a gallon of water to 1/4 cup of salt. That's it. Alright, so we have this completely filled. Now the goal is going to be to keep the zucchini down underneath. And these are going to sit for about a week. And as they sit, you're going to see some gassy stuff come up, and there might be some stuff on the top. You can just take your spoon and just pull that right off, okay? But let them sit for 5 days. So, well, you know what? I completely forgot the black pepper. Let's get that in there. Alright, so we added the black pepper at the end. What we're going to do is we're going to place the horseradish on top. We're going to get that in there, and it's going to help hold down the zucchini so they don't come up to the top. Okay, we want to keep them completely immersed. And that works out totally perfect. The thing with the horseradish leaves, this is really hard, so you can stick it down there, and it makes like a barrier. So those are not going to come up. This with a little bit of water, and I'm just going to set that in there. So during the week, you might see this start to, because the gases is going to make the brine come up, I guess. So it's going to overflow a little bit. You want to have this sitting on top of a plate. So that's it. That is how you make a sour pickle. A bunch of water, your salt, some spices, and you just let these sit for about 5 days. Check them at 3 days. You know, they might be ready to go. 5 days is what I do. And then you can put these, just put a cover on these, put these in the fridge, and they'll last for at least a month. As they sit in your refrigerator, they start getting more sour. So if you don't like them as sour, you might want to eat them up. So that's it. So make sure you subscribe up here. There's a subscribe button if you haven't. And then visit April's Lifestyle Show. Take a look around. Drop me a comment. And thank you so much. See ya.